So I'll start out asking you, why Mothman? What got you interested in Mothman as opposed to anything else?
Well, this kind of fell into my lap. We started getting reports. Well, the earliest reports came in 2011. August, September, and October, there were 3 separate reports in the southwest part of Chicago. People were describing this thing as a winged humanoid, and people were saying it kind of reminded them of the Mothman of Point Pleasant. Well,
and that was in the 50s, right?
I don't know if that's a fact, but, I mean, that's what people were saying. So what happened was, after that occurred, and I've been looking into this phenomena for a lot of years. I mean, I had an encounter in 1988 in Pennsylvania that may have well been a winged humanoid. But, this is just something it's part of what I do. I've been reporting cryptids and the paranormal for almost 40 years now. Been investigating, and, I've been writing a blog since 2005. Well, anyway, in 2017, there was a report of a winged humanoid in Oz Park in Chicago. This was reported on the MUFON CMS, and the witness was an attorney who was walking her dog at night. She came across this being that was standing in the park, about 7 foot tall, she said. It had structures that were on its back that were higher than, the top of its head. And when it turned to look at her, it had bright red eyes. The dog cowered behind her, and this thing just jettisoned into the air without unfurling its wings. And when it got to a certain apex, it took off and started screaming. That was the first recent sighting.
That's terrifying.
And since then, there have been several sightings throughout Chicago. I'd say we had about 55 sightings in Chicago and its suburbs in 2017. And at this point, we have been picking up sightings from the southern Wisconsin, central and northern Indiana, and other parts of Illinois. And right now, we are up to 78 sightings.
Man, that is a lot of sightings. So in Chicago, is this something that's sort of like a buzz for the people in Chicago, or is this still on the outskirts of most people's thoughts?
Well, it was kind of, the press kind of laid off of it, and when Vice.com picked up the story of one of the sightings, that's when it started picking up some steam. At that point, I was getting ready to write a book about the sightings. So, I had talked to Vice earlier, and plus other news outlets in Chicago. And, of course, I did a lot of radio shows as well. So it started picking up. We were getting sightings. And, in fact, I was getting most of the sighting reports, though I had a team that was also getting reports. I have some investigators in the Chicago area. And, our cumulative sightings were the ones that we reported on. And, but, God knows how many people saw something and never reported it.